Hey man, welcome back to the Superdivorce YouTube, X, Twitch, wherever you're watching. Nicholas Villars here, aka Superdivorce, and tonight on Superdivorce'S Evercade program, we're going to be playing Mega Cat Studios Collection number 1. Right here, this is the thing that we're doing tonight. Here's the cartridge, as you can see. Says right there, clap them cheeks, boy. Says good brother. We're gonna get to clapping after I put this cartridge in. Here we go. Let's load it up. Let's see what we got. What kind of selection of games do we got on tap tonight? Well, first I need to get rid of this. There we go. Now you can see the games. What kind of games do we got here? Anything that anyone recognizes from Mega Cat Studios? Here's the instruction manual booklet. As usual, they give you one of these with every single Evercade cartridge. Because they like to do that. They like to give you something nice. Nice packaging, nice cartridge, nice box. Nice collectibles from the Evercade people. They still care about quality and giving you something of an heirloom, something you can pass down. You can't pass down digital files so well. I mean, maybe you can leave someone a password or whatever the shit, but then, you know, there's probably going to be some TOS shit in the future and they'll take it away from your loved ones when you pass on if you leave them your Steam library. They'll probably come in at some point and say, well, actually, we know that the person who created this account can no longer be alive. Too much time's passed. So we're going to put these games back into the Steam catalog. We're going to remove them from your library. You're no longer going to have access to them because we say so. Actually, I don't know if Steam would do that. Would they? I think Sony and Microsoft would. Nintendo would probably do it. But maybe, I don't know. Are they going to have a virtual Gabe Newell hanging around running things? If so, then maybe Steam games in a Steam library would be safe to pass on to your loved ones when you pass on. Maybe. But maybe not. I don't know. I can't call it. We're going to start here with Almost Hero. Let's try. Let's try Almost Hero. Hold on a second. What? Hold on. I've got to examine something. Alright, what does it say here? Almost Hero. Choose your ninja path. Select your prospective Shadow Warrior, Orville or Reginald. Not typical names for action heroes, for ninjas. Orville and Reginald. Good Brother saying Microsoft and Steam about to partner, though. I mean, I don't think Gabe is going to give Microsoft any sort of power to make decisions within the way Steam operates. If there's going to be any partnership there, I think it'll be very synergistic. It's not going to be something where Gabe just hands over Steam to Microsoft. I don't see that happening. Not unless they had him in a compromising position at Epstein Island or some such gathering. Maybe there's like a gaming equivalent. Orville and Reginald. Ninjas Orville and Reginald. And be the hero you always knew you could be as you battle against a colorful cast of villains in this throwback to classic beat-em-ups. Find and use an assortment of wacky weapons to defeat gangs of goons. That word's taken on a different connotation in recent years, hasn't it? Goons. We got to fight a bunch of goons as you make your way to the boss of each area. If all else fails, your trusty jump kick should solve a lot of problems. Use the cash dropped by defeated enemies to buy health, restoring items, and permanent upgrades from a merchant. Defeat all comers. Ha! Speaking of goons, Defeat all comers, and you may just prove yourself to be worthy of the title of hero. Alright. Hold on, you know what? Maybe I should... Here, because I don't know anything about these Mega Cat people. About Mega Cat Studios. Established in 2015, Mega Cat Studios is a modern developer dedicated to classic consoles. Every game that Mega Cat brings to market has been created to work with the consoles of the past. The pixel aesthetic is consistent across all Mega Cat games, along with elements of humor and Easter eggs that retro gamers love. Play a Mega Cat Studios game, and you will experience craftsmanship that is as good as any historical studios. That's what I like to see. That's good stuff. You know, anyone can hop into Unreal or Godot or what else? What's the other fucking one that everyone's using now? I don't know. You can hop into so many modern game creation studios and just make games that look old school, but they're not. It's nice to hear about new studios that are focusing on actually making games for the old systems. I think that's legit. Yeah, there you go, Bustin'. Bustin' Jacobs understands the mission. You gotta... Alright, here. So I hope everyone's doing well tonight. This is Omosai, the bonsai capital of the world. This is Chao Kahn. Not Shao Kahn, Chao Kahn. This is what Chao does for a living. He sells holiday-themed bonsai trees on Etsy with upcycled materials. Very hip. Your training has prepared you for this. We have to get more bonsai seeds. If you are really a ninja, you will be the hero we need. Alright, here we go. As always, let me know if the sound is good or bad, or if we need to adjust anything. Oh. The same style brown cola that you love, but with an all-new formula. Well, I didn't really want to do that. The dojo. Oh, that's like a pick-upable and throw-upable item. Here comes some dudes. I thought they said we had a jump kick. Well. Okay, got him with that. The sound is maybe a hair loud. How's that? Any better? Oh. I can barely get a hit on these guys. There we go. I didn't avenge my twin. Well, I missed the little seed that I needed to get. I wonder if there's a button combo that you have to do the jump kick. This... Okay, this is kind of a son of a bitch. Let me see real fast here. Okay, that's good. We've balanced out the sound. Let me see. I'm consulting the manual here. Press A plus B for a flying kick. Oh. Okay. Let me try again. That's how you do it. Okay, you gotta do it that way. Alright. Now there's a boombox. Up! You're still able to kinda... Up! Oh, you can get a... You can get a running start. So you could probably just spam this a bit. Then, problem is, you gotta make sure you actually contact them. And it's a little... It's not as reliable as I'd like it to be. The jump kick. I don't know. I mean, I see what's going on here. I see what's going on here, and I can appreciate the artistry. And the sound is nice, you know. I are defeated, he says. Now what's this? A Furby? I was just reading about how ChatGPT was trying to convince people that Furbies were actually created to take over the world. They're part of like a world domination plan. You guys hear about this?
You hear about Furbies back in the news, Kev? ChatGPT convinced my friend that they were actually created for world domination, Kev.
But that seems to be a growing problem. Jess just shared with me an article talking about how people were... This is becoming a problem. Where people are having these long-form discussions with ChatGPT, and they're becoming like schizo-pilled. Like ChatGPT is convincing people that they are, you know, in the midst of like conspiracy theory, like the movie starring Mel Gibson. Now, I love a good conspiracy just as much as the next guy. However, I also know you can't trust AI systems. They're not conscious beings. They can be convincing, but you have to remember, they're not thinking. That's not actually what they're doing. They're not thinking, they're not giving you like secret intel when you talk to them. They actually are very good at bullshitting. They can just make shit up. There's nothing in their programming that blocks them from making shit up. And some people are losing their minds to AI systems. Hey, what's up, Gear Up? How's it going? I think we saw enough of that game. We saw enough of Almost Hero. We're going to hop out of there. We're going to go over to Coffee Crisis. Gear Up's back and says that maybe that game, Almost Hero, was harder than the TMNT on the NES. Good Brother said, I use ChatGPT to predict Jesus' return. Yeah, because even though Jesus told everyone, no one knows when I'll be back, there was a hidden secret asterisk. If you check your footnotes, he said no one knows except for ... ChatGPT. That's the only caveat there. Gear Up says, I never used ChatGPT, and today I asked it how to get into stocks for someone who has no clue on it, and it broke it down well. Well, for shit like that, where you're basically using it as a search engine, I feel like that's like I use the Twitter one, Grok. I've basically just stopped using Google. I've stopped using Google. I've stopped using DuckDuckGo because I've found out that Grok is a much better search engine. I think that is how they should be used, as a search engine or to break down information that's knowingly available online throughout various websites, because it can do that. And you know, if you're using one that can like examine text, you can send it a link or even like a picture or several pictures with text. You could say, break this text down into a paragraph and tell me what it says. And it can do a pretty good job summarizing things, but it's not thinking. You shouldn't ask it like, you know, you shouldn't ask it for like, what can we say here? Secret intel and things like that. If you're wanting to know the secrets, if you're wanting to find out the lowdown on existence and sort of shit like who's running the world. If you're looking for top secret information on secret societies and things of that nature, the only thing that AI is going to be able to do is sort of combine the mishmash of all the shit that people have already said about secret societies into its own answer. And it could say one thing now, and then you start a different conversation, sort of use a different tone, act as if you're trying to nudge it towards a certain answer, and it will reaffirm your nudging. You can get it to say completely different answers on one particular topic if you nudge it in the right direction. If you act as if you have a bias, that's the problem. It will take people down the rabbit hole in subtle ways, and then people think that they're stumbling upon shit, and it's just not happening. Gear Up says, I don't ask it to morph Rosie O'Donnell and Big Bird to be at a picnic together. I mean, you could. I think that's safe. That's safe enough. You could do that. I don't think there's any harm in that. Bustin says that reptiles are running the world. Well, maybe. Could be. If I'm interested, perhaps look into the Centennial, the mothership where all AI will be stored and shared. Very strange stuff. I mean, I don't doubt that it could go places where we can't imagine yet. I'm saying what we've got right now, what's available to users at the moment, that shit is not going to be tapping into the Pentagon to provide you with top secret information that no one else knows about. That's all I'm saying. It's like you're talking to a high-tech Furby, basically, right now. Oh, Sentinel. If you check out if you check out either the manga or the anime of Appleseed, they've got a similar deal going on there. They've kind of given up their free will in a way, humans have, to this all-knowing, godlike AI system that supposedly comes up with all the best answers, you know. And I think that, hey, I mean, shit, man. Something like that could happen. I think it would be very unfortunate, but it's not out of the realm of possibilities. Absolve people of their own responsibility. I think a lot of people would go for that. Then you don't have to take responsibility for jack nor shit. Hey, the AI said. But the AI said it knows. The AI knows everything. Hey, what's the deal with AI? You know? Let's try Coffee Crisis. Need a fresh cup? I always need a fresh cup. Coffee Crisis is an arcade-style beat-em-up full of caffeinated carnage. This game is packed with classic gameplay and an extra espresso shot of action. Collect an assortment of caffeinated power-ups to keep your alien bashing blasting on all cylinders. Visit real Pittsburgh locations and areas and give your enemies a proper pep-bap. Use charge-up attacks, suplex throws, and wild weapons. Crush the alien overlords with meta-fueled, caffeine-aided combos to save the Earth. The invaders are after our most precious resources, free Wi-Fi, heavy metal, and coffee. The world will be in big trouble if you fail, so get out there and serve those evil extraterrestrials their morning joe. Let's try. Sounds fun. From 2017. One player, Nick. How do they know? How did you know? Okay, we got a tinfoil hat guy. We're just gonna skip to the game. We heard all about the story, so we kind of know what's up. Yep. Oh, does his name just so happen to be Nick? Whoa, oh. Hold on, what do we got here? What am I using? Is that like a brown paper bag? Okay, you got this jump, and he always wants to jump forward. Slap him with your bag. Am I 35? 39. 39, off by a few years. Almost a 40-year-old man. 40 years old in August. Can't believe it. I've said this before, but I don't even like saying, you know, in my 30s anymore. It's like, what's the point? I'm so close to 40 now. I've already made the transition. I'm just in my 40s. I'm 39 technically, but mentally, in my heart, I'm a 40-year-old man now. It is what it is. Close to save the world. Alright. How are we gonna beat him? I've been saving this for just this occasion. Demon Blend 6. The 6 Demon Blend. Fantastic, the 6 Demon Blend. Sensational. What beans are in it? Darkness, fire, all that kind of thing. Those aren't beans. Here they come! Hit them, you jagovs! Yinzer called me a jagov. Okay, now it's letting me jump with... I don't know what kind of maneuver we use here. It's like the bag maneuver. We're like an angry barista. Is that what's happening? Finish them. Do we have like any different maneuvers we can do besides just the jump kick? Because this kind of I kind of don't like the paper bag thing. There's a donut. And then, okay, see, I don't like what happens here. It's like there's a delay after you do a combo. After you start punching and kicking, then he just stands there. I'm like continuously tapping the attack button, and then he'll just stand there and get punched. There's a delay between the time that your attack ends and when you can do another attack. And I don't like that. And then I don't... They said you can suplex people and all kinds of stuff. That's alright. I mean, that's better than nothing. Okay, and now I'm back to the stupid bag attack. Maybe you have to unlock the suplexes and shit. But this basic attack sucks. Not a fan. Gear up's 37. You don't have to feel bad about it. See? You're not even the elder statesman. No worries. It's okay. You can still be cool and not be a Gen Z or a Gen Alpha guy. I feel like if you're over the age of 25, people consider you a boomer now anyway. So it doesn't even matter. It's whatever. It's fine. What is that, a muffin? Proceed. That was a big jump there. I mean, there are things I like about this, but then others that I don't. Like this delay on the attacks is just that's a deal breaker. Because I've taken so much damage. Yeah, okay. You know what? I've seen enough. I've seen enough of that. I've seen enough of Coffee Crisis. Not awful, but hey, Jess. How's it going? Yes, 80s babies are awesome. Very proud to have been born when I was born in 85. A fantastic year. I will talk about this anytime it comes up. I love being born when I was born because the first stuff I was into was all the coolest shit from the 80s. And then I was also still a kid all throughout the 90s. And, you know, kid, young adult in the early 2000s, mid 2000s. So it's like I had all the cool 80s shit, all the cool 90s stuff, and then I was still in that zone to be into the coolest stuff from like the early to mid 2000s. So I mean, it's like a great time for movies, for TV, for music, toys, just everything. Just awesome shit. Now, creepy brawlers. After a spectral hand pulls you out of your seat and into the silver screen, you become the underdog in an underworld championship. Lace up your gloves and get ready to duck, bob, and weave as you punch out a marathon of movie monsters, including the Wolfman, a backwoods psycho, and a very slick vampire. Dodge spatial attacks and time your counters perfectly, because a KO means losing the round, and your soul. Throw body punches with the A and B buttons or uppercuts by pressing up on the directional pad while pressing the A and B buttons. Press down to guard and left or right to dodge in either direction. Each opponent has a pattern to their attacks. Learn it and victory will be yours. Alright, so very much a Punch-Out clone is what it sounds like, but with movie monsters. So it could be fun. Could be fun. Yeah, we do remember what it was like without the net. And in some ways it was fantastic. In some ways it was lovely. Select a film spooky. I don't know, let's just start here. Well, did that not work? Did I go back on accident? View tutorial. No, let's just jump in. There was no tutorial back in the day. Alright, we got that. Yeah, you wake up here. Okay. Alright, so he's gonna punch sometimes. He's gonna punch very sparingly. You see his wind up there. I don't know how I did that. Oh, there we go. A bit of a KO. Oh, this is his big maneuver, isn't it? There we go. Yeah. Oh, here he comes one more time. Oh. I was hoping an uppercut would put him down right away. That's it. TKO. Okay. Unlocked an achievement called Undead. What now? Ride. Okay, a little intergender action. Oh, she's gonna... Well... She's got a tricky... See, you'd have to sit here and figure out... That. No. What's that? What's she doing now? Okay. Alright. I mean, okay, I see what's going on. I get it. But I'm not going to sit here, because just to learn what she's going to do, and like when I can hit her and all that stuff, that's not something you want to do on a stream. That's going to take forever. I'm not going to sit here and do that. But, I mean, it's a fun concept. How about Justice Duel? Justice Duel. Take to the skies on the back of scientifically engineered eagles and joust against AI patriots from America's past. Dodge fireworks, bear traps, and dead presidents. Attack enemies by shooting them or by jousting them with a well-timed swoop from above. Grab power-ups to get a temporary edge on your opponents. The history might be wrong, but the justice is so right. Yeah, kind of odd that that they'd throw a knife into a Tyson clone, but whatever. You know, I might revisit it sometime. You never know. It definitely wasn't as smooth or as responsive as Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. That game is snappy. You know, if you've played it, you know what I'm talking about. When you say move, they move, just like that. Let's do Teddy Roosevelt. A? Or no? Okay, we have to... I keep forgetting you gotta use the damn start button. Woo! General Roosevelt, the most unruly and unhinged robot of the New World Order political party. Data logs discovered after the Great War revealed that an inexperienced something. Alright, you don't want me to read it? Fine, I won't. Alright, fine. If you're gonna breeze on through, then fine. Okay, so it's... Well... Again... Okay, so here's my problem with this. It's like Joust, but... Okay, I won. It's like Joust, but it's got these like hiccups in the motion as you're controlling your character. If you've played Joust before, that one's like a buttery smooth game. It's like you got the gliding. The gliding just works. You can feel the way the physics are just on point. And like every version of Joust I played. And not the case here. This is... something feels off. Something feels wrong. And what I see, I mean, I guess I won again? Did I? But in Joust, you know, you hit the opponent and an egg goes flying, you go collect it. And this, I guess, your opponents just have like just a kind of a health bar. Well, what's that? That looks kind of like an egg. But there doesn't seem to be any sort of gravity to the characters. They're just kind of darting around, and it doesn't feel pleasant. It's not a pleasant feeling. Wave 4. Okay, they're throwing more guys into the mix now. See, this is gonna be... Yeah, alright. Okay, yeah, I'm... Okay. It's like... It feels like they had an idea to do something Joust-like, and then they just stopped before it was finished. Like, they could have continued tweaking the movement and the responsiveness for a while to get it closer to Joust. Because that's what they were going for, clearly. But it's like if Joust had bad controls. Well, why would you play it? Just because it's got, you know, famous patriots in robotic form? If I'm going to play Joust, I'll just play Joust. I've got Joust on like an Atari cartridge here for the Evercade. I've got it on Atari cartridge. I've got it, you know, in multiple formats. I'm not going to play an inferior version just because it features Abe Lincoln. Gear Up wanted to know if I was riding Howard the Duck. I could have been. It looked a bit odd. Oh no, they said it was an eagle, right? All right, let's try Little Medusa. Little Medusa is an action puzzler about a Greek goddess having a terrible hair day. After Artemisa draws the ire of a fellow goddess, she finds herself transformed into a gorgon. With snakes in her hair and a mind set on revenge, Artemisa must fight her way to the top of Mount Olympus in this brain-bending challenge. Petrify enemies, solve puzzles, and dodge traps in a battle to save the realms of the gods and get some sweet revenge along the way. Speaking of sweet revenge, Jess, if you're still here, when are you going to start reading the book Sweet Revenge? I got my wife a book called Sweet Revenge years ago, and she's never bothered to crack the spine, not a single time. Mega Cat Studios. Here we go. Let's try. Okay, what are we doing here? We gotta put some blocks down, huh? Oh. Alright, let's try again. Why am I just having a puff now? I feel like... Oh, okay. Oh! Huh? Why are they turning me into stone? Oh, there we go. See? Okay. And then... What do I gotta get across here? What do I gotta do? It doesn't... Well... Okay, I can do that. I can make these stones, I can turn these... Oh. And then you gotta push them. I see. Okay, so you turn the guys to stone, and then you push them into the water, and you make a little bridge. There we go. Alright. Moving on. Level 2. Let's try. Okay, you gotta turn him to stone, and then push him out. And then you gotta turn him to stone. Oh my... Really? What? Why do they have the power to do that to me? Because that seems like crap. No, we're not going to do that. Maybe if I can... Okay, we got that. That's good. We got 1 star. And... try and draw this guy over here. There we go. Okay. If we can... Oh, are you... I got him! And they said he got me! Huh. Oh, he went too far. Well, I guess I can do that. I guess... No. No. I don't like that snake very much. I don't like how fast he goes. You can't hardly get out of the way of him. a little cheap, I think. Especially since he's got my power. He's taking my power and my ability. You see, they will push that out there, I guess. But then it's like, okay, well, here you go. There. Now what? You want to come on over here? Oh, you're going to just push him right out the screen. How about that shit? Whoop, there you go. Trying to play a little trickery here. There we go. Okay, whoop. There we are. Got that star. See if I can get this last one. Maybe he can join me up this way. There. Alright. Okay. I mean, I get it. Alright? I get it. Little Medusa. Not horrible. You could sit around, you could drink a cup of coffee, and you could play that and probably have a decent time. That's just like a time-killing game. I don't think it's going to be anyone's favorite of all time. Do you? You think anyone out there says, my favorite game ever made is Little Medusa? Probably not, but it's good enough for a few minutes here and there, maybe. I want to play a puzzle game. How about Little Medusa? You might say that sometime. When you've got 20 minutes to kill before someone's picking you up to go on a big adventure. You just need something to do for a few minutes. Well, I got that Little Medusa. You might say that and play it. Let's try Log Jammers. Don your flannel. Log Jammers is a competitive sport with blazing fast axe-throwing action. Outwit your opponent, defend your goal, catch the incoming axe, and send it sailing back. Score points by launching the axe past your opponent and into their goal, and block them from doing the same to you. The action moves fast, and only the quickest and strongest lumberjack will win. Let's try. See if I can play this more gooder. Log Jammers. Just an exhibition match, I guess. Hey, what's up, Ghoulie? Ghoulie's very tardy tonight. That's okay. Better late than never. What do we do here? What do you can pick who you want to be? Spare Rib Bonaparte, Mayo Monsoon, Ollie Oilsack, Rad Carlton, Bruiser Bogardus, or Hotfoot Francis. Let's try Hotfoot Francis. Oh, I went back again. Gosh darn it. That's so stupid. I keep forgetting about that. Player 2. I don't care. Just whoever. Just whoever. How about Bateman's River? Like Patrick Bateman. Or Jason Bateman. Oh. Oh! Okay. Huh? I didn't even press the throw button. He just grabbed it from me. What the shit? What? That's really difficult with a D-pad and the way that the motion works here. Okay, I got 5. I see what they're doing. It's like Windjammers, but with logs, and it's also if Windjammers was nearly impossible to play. Yeah. Not feeling that one. And I love Windjammers. That's a great game. Logjammer's, again, is like... It feels like maybe what Windjammers would have felt like the week they began making it. Before they did any sort of tweaking, before they really refined anything, it was like they just got the players moving around and they made it so you could throw your projectile across the screen. And that's how these games are hitting me, unfortunately. And I'm not saying this to talk shit, because I appreciate the endeavor and doing, you know, creating a studio and making games for the classic systems that actually play on them. But, you know, what was the line here? What'd they say? Good Brother said, Windjammers against me is impossible. Ha ha! See? So you should know, I appreciate you saying that, because it lends some credence, Clearwater Revival, to what I was just saying. And that's that I like games that play similar to Logjammer's. They just have to be functional. And it's like this line right here. In the booklet, it says, play a MegaCat Studios game and you will experience craftsmanship that is as good as any historical studios. And I'm sorry, but I can't sign off on that. And I don't think I'm just being a hater. I'm trying to give them a fair shake. It's not just that the games are difficult. Again, Windjammers is difficult. When you pick it up, you're probably going to suck. Logjammer's, I could tell, it's like maybe if you spent 1,000 hours with it, you could find a way to get decent. But it's like the type of game that I see they're trying to be. I already know there's a successful version of that. There's a good version of that that I have played a lot. Just like with Justice Duel. I know what a working, fully functional version of that feels like. It's Joust. Creepy brawlers. I could feel the clunk when I was controlling my fighter. He was no little Mac. And the original Punch-Out, that's not an easy game. It's not about whether it's easy or hard. It's about whether it controls well. Whether it feels good. They talk about food having a good mouth feel. There's a controller feel. There's a hand feel to games. And you just know whether or not they nailed it. And so far, I'm having trouble. Alright, so let's try Multitude. Dudes with different abilities must work together to solve each puzzle, with the freedom to switch between them at any time. One can fly, another can push blocks, and so on. You have to use their combined abilities to help each of the dudes reach an exit door. It's easy enough at the start, but your problems will soon multiply. If you want to reach the end, you'll need to have sharp wits and a firm grasp on what each dude brings to the table. Multiple stages, multiple challenges, and multi-dudes. Multitudes of multi-dudes. Another puzzler. I like that sound. Immediately, I like the sound. What is that about? Okay, so you don't want to do that. Oh, that's it. That's simple. Okay, that's the goal. Oh, wait. I didn't even realize. Okay, you press the button and you switch to the other guy. So you can drop down like that, get him in there, then you switch, you drop, and you go. Okay. Now, what's happening here? Oh, I see. Okay, you can do that, huh? And then you get trapped. Okay, so then what do you do if you get trapped? You just reset. Okay. You press select and then it starts over again. So you'd maybe want to go up here and do this, and then with the other guy you'd want to... Well, I didn't want to go all the way down into the no-go zone. Of course, I wasn't trying to do that. You just have to make sure you don't actually take the guy all the way to the edge. What happened there? Why am I stuck? Why am I stuck in that corner? Okay, let's try one more time. Okay, we got that. Now we can take him up. And there we go. Alright. Yeah. So it's going to be... I see. Okay. This is not my favorite type of game to play. I can see it's kind of like a lower level Lemmings type of scenario thing happening. Not bad. Good Brother said multi-dude is a diet lost Vikings. If you can even say that. I mean, it looks good enough. It seemed fine. I don't have much to say about it. It's not, you know, it's not going to draw any heat from me, one way or the other. How about Old Towers? Old Towers is a fast-paced 16-bit puzzle game. You play as little explorers in a tower full of deadly traps and ugly skulls. Your only weapons, quick thinking and skill. Push in any direction to zoom ahead until you hit a wall. Grab all of the coins to open up the exits, and then escape before it's too late. Some levels will have you using a solo explorer, while others will put you in control of a duo, like in Multi-Dude. Think smart and use whatever is at your disposal to solve each of these head-scratching puzzles. Try not to get lost in the catchy music. Alright. Yeah, you know, the puzzle games are for a particular audience, or for a particular time. A particular type of play session. Puzzlers are good when you just want to play, you know, for a few minutes usually. Unless you're trying to get really good at something, and then you might sit down, you might hunker down. Oh, okay, so it's like, I see. So your guy's got this whip around, zip around mechanic. I mean, it's pretty much like, it feels like a sequel to Multi-Dude. Then it says A. Who's gonna do this? You're gonna do that. I guess you probably can't do much to those guys, huh? Decent tunes. Looks good enough. What does that mean? Oh, now that... Wait, what happened? Why did it start over? I didn't want to start over. I don't know why it started over. I guess I pressed the wrong button. So you probably have a reset button in this game like you did in Multi-Dudes. And then you collect the coins so you can go through. And end the stage. To end the show, the music's loud, huh? How about that? Is that better? I can't tell. It doesn't get any louder for me. Oh, we got some things right there. There we go. Okay. Better sound now. All right, level 4. Watch out for the dart guys. And then probably go up and do the same thing over here. And then we can go up. All right. Stage clear. Got it. No problem. Level 5, still alive. And then we just bounce all around and what? Okay, we end up right there. I have to go all the way up, huh? Just like that. And then, well, I don't know what you do about that. Because you can't change course in the middle of the thing. That doesn't work. Why did that happen? Don't even know what I did to cause those blocks to appear. Alright, well, okay. Once again, I see what's going on there in old towers. Talking about Mother's Day. Yeah, Jess was driven crazy on Mother's Day. Ghoulie saying that him and his sister got his mom some gifts, made her cards, and then just let her relax. I think that's what moms want. Want to be able to relax and enjoy themselves. Isn't that what we all want on some level? Super Painter is a puzzle platform game in which you need to paint the tiles and make it to the exit while avoiding evil cats. You can paint tiles by walking over them or brushing up against them. Planning the correct order in which to paint the tiles to make sure that you can reach them all is part of the challenge. Once you got your strategy, all you have to do is run, jump, and climb to pull it off. Each level brings a new brain teaser, another puzzle game. It's probably going to be like the Dude game and the one we just played. Probably. They excel with the music. They're good at music. This looks a lot like the aesthetic, the colors. I'm getting Mario 3 vibes. Not from the controls, though. Okay, you get all the tiles. Not exactly multi-dudes. Yeah. Well, I tried to jump. I tried. Is that Bluey? Looks like the dog Bluey that we're up against here. Trying to fight Bluey for some reason. Yep. Okay, and then you get the thing down here, the secret black door. A little ominous. Okay. Nice, happy, dancey music they got going on here. I can appreciate that. Oh, and then you have to. Oh, I see what's going on. So that's gonna be the shitting point. I mean, is it even possible to jump over all these guys? It doesn't feel good. I mean, you drop like a sack of potatoes as soon as you fall. Oh, God, that doesn't feel nice. No, no, no. Oh, man. And look at that. Just slipping around. Good jeez. Oh, no. Not good. And that's a game over. Okay, well, I've seen enough. Super Painter. What's last here? What do we got? Tanzer. Hack and slice your way through more than levels of arcade brutality. More than what? More than how many levels? I think they left out the number there. Probably supposed to be a number of levels. Hack and slice your way through more than 2 levels of arcade brutality. From the Old West to ancient Rome, challenge yourself through the fast-paced trials Tanzer has to offer. Become the last survivor of an interstellar plague while you crush enemies, grab loot, and transform with transmutational powers. Collect gems from defeated enemies and use them to purchase upgrades and other items between levels. Battle deadly bosses as you weave and slash your way through their attacks. Master the deadly dance of combat. Hey, what's up, Sona? Sona made it just in time for sign-off. As Good Brothers pointed out, look, usually on these Evercade carts, there's something or other that keeps me playing for 15, 20, 30 minutes. There's usually at least one game that kind of stands out, and it's like, all right, this is the one. This is the killer app, as they say. But on this cart, on this Mega Cat Studios cart, there hasn't been anything that has really made me feel like I need to keep playing longer than a few minutes, which is a bummer. But that's just how it is, man. That's what we're up to. Let's try Tanzer. Maybe this will be the one. Save the best for last, maybe. Okay. Okay. All I ever wanted was to dance. Oh. Okay. My partner was first to turn the worst. What do we got here? 2 buttons. Jump and attack. Okay. Maybe this is it. Okay, cool. Yeah, you can blast upwards. Oh, we got some horsey heads. That's badass. We got a big head and a covered wagon. Okay, getting a little psychedelic here. Good tunes, great visuals. Yeah, this might be the one. This might. Oh, I thought that was a thing I should get. I guess not. That's a thing to stay away from. Do not be enticed by the floating, multicolored circles. What's that arb up there? Oh, damn it. Shoot. And, oh, is this, what is this? Like a boss fight? Something like that? Can't go back. Oh, okay, that's how it works, huh? Simple enough. Alright. Rawr. Got ourselves some extra health. Let's go this way. Yeah. Stage clear. Alright. And, what, you can... Maybe we'll hold off and collect a bit more before you start buying shit. Hey, look at that. That's nice. Some hidden secrets. You have to break through the secrets of the normal reality, or you have to break through the facade of normal reality and into the secrets, as I've learned. You have to be dark whimsy maxing, is what I've learned. Oh, look, we got, see, those are the secrets I was talking about. That's beyond the facade of the normal. And what does that do? Look at that dancer up there. What was that guy doing? He just looked like a dude just hanging out. Now here's one thing I don't like. You can't just do a straight northwards fire. You can't attack just straight up, just due north. You're always doing this diagonal shit. I'd like to be able to do one straight above, to just look right up, but you always got to go either to the right or the left. Whoa. Whoa. Look at that guy. Oh, get off of me, dude. And I guess I can't... Well, shit. So, like, you have to kill him. He's the source of it. New high score. And what? No possibility of a continue? Well, that's crap. You find a game that you actually like, but then it's bullshit. Because they don't even give you the option to continue. What a bunch of garbage. I mean, I'll try again because it's not like I've been here for 3 hours. So, let's see what I can do. I'm just saying. A little bit crappy. A little bit crappy. To not have a single continue. Why can't you wet me? You know? Just once. Even just one. Even just a single continue would be nice. Oh, look, you can get up there, but you can't. See, that's horse wallop. That's just mean. You put this nice fancy stuff up there, but then oh, it's blocked off and you can't go backwards. Row. Row. Get a few items. Let's drop down this time. Why not? I can buy something. Gives you the power of stone transmutation. I don't have enough for that. This is the only thing I could do. I get the power of stone transmutation. What do we got here? More secrets. Whoop. Yeah, we are on that super ghouls and ghosts. Ah, damn it. It is that level of difficulty. But even that, they give you, whoa, come on now. Even in that game, you get a little bit of, help. No. Oh, I thought it was ducking beneath it. Get out of here, dancing queen. What do I gotta do? What do I have to hit here for the... Oh, what is that? That's the stone thing, I guess. So how do I get across here? I gotta do this... I can't do it that way. What the heck? I can't jump... Oh, wait. I got a double jump? I didn't even realize that. Got a double jump. Whoop. Oh, ha ha! Ah! Well, game over. Cool. Tanzer. Ah, yes. Let me see something here in the options. Font. Readable or story? Huh. Performance. There's no difficulty. Just one difficulty fits all, I guess. That's the best they can do. Alright, fine. This is the best I can do. How about that? Tanzer. Well, there's that. There's the Mega Cat Studios collection. Probably one of the more underwhelming carts that I've played on this system. Just not much here. Not much that I feel like I'd go back to. Good Brother is giving this cartridge a 500 out of 1,000. 500 Good Brothers out of a possible 1,000 Good Brothers for Good Brother. Average AF. Yeah, and you know what? Here's why I think it's a little below average, actually. The reason I think it's below average is because I know kind of what they were going for. And so, like, the template was already there. It's not like they just sat down and imagined a game and said, well, let me see if I can make this work. It's like Creepy Brawlers was a horror Universal Monsters version of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. So, you already had that template. You know what the controls feel like. You know how people are going to want that to play. You know what they're going to want to feel when they pick up the controller and they're playing the game. Same with Justice Duel. You have the template in Joust. In Logjammers, you have the template in Windjammers. And then some of these other ones, I mean, look, Tanzer, whatever the hell it's called. That was the most original game. That had the most vibe to it. That was the most unique. It reminded me of like a cool Genesis era side-scrolling action platformer. You know, you could sit down and maybe play Altered Beast and then play that game. But, come on. No lives, no continues, and no option to even, like, tinker with that. No option to give you, you know, the chance to be a pussy if you want to. And lower the difficulty, or give yourself a few more lives, or a few continues. Like, I just don't understand that. To not give the player the option. But, whatever. Ghoulie is giving it a 537 Ghoulie Dudes out of a possible 1,000 Ghoulie Dudes. A little nicer than Good Brother. And I'm going to be, I think, I'm going to be the curmudgeon tonight. I think I'm going to give it I'm going to give it 480 Superdivorce'S out of a possible 1,000 Superdivorce'S. So just below average. And, you know, if I didn't know that all these games were, like, legitimately programmed to work on old systems, it would be a lower score. They're getting a bump because they actually took the time to program these. And there are versions that work on older systems, and I think that's cool. I would just say in the future, if I play more from Mega Cat Studios, then hopefully they refine the games a bit before they put them out for the public to consume, for public consumption. Because when I started with Almost Hero, the ninja game, I was like, okay, this feels a little bit like they're going for maybe you know, the first Double Dragon game. But I was cutting it a break. I was, in my mind though, I was thinking this is like Double Dragon if it was just not good in any way. Because trying to strike the enemies was really weird. Trying to get on the same plane with them. Doing the jump kick, you had to just like, there was no jump button. You just had to tap both the attack buttons at the same time, and it wasn't very reliable. And that can be a problem. So stuff like that needs ironed out. Coffee Crisis felt just like a little barren. And then the attack that you had as the barista, you're waving a bag around. You're waving like a brown paper bag. And then you do like a little combo, and then your guy would stop. All the while, you're sitting there mashing the button to attack again, and then it takes like an unreasonable amount of time before your next attack can be triggered. And you're just sitting there, you're taking damage. So the only way to do it is to attack and then move away, and then attack again once the thing resets, which is just not, it didn't feel like it was meant to be that way. That's the problem. It's like it felt like a bug. It felt like something that should have been fixed. Like if I was playing that as a tester, I would have been like, you can't have this lag time where, you know, the attack responds the first time you do it, and then after it finishes, you've got this downtime where you're just kind of standing there, and you're like in the idle animation. You're trying to attack again, but you just can't. That can't happen. You can't have that. But the the puzzle games were okay. They were fine enough. So it was like mostly average, but then you could tell in some areas that I think things just were let out into the world that shouldn't have been. With refinement, we could have been looking at a completely different scenario here. Could have been a classic cartridge with a bit more polish. But it is what it is. And you don't throw a fit. So next time, what are we going to be going back to? We're going to go from, let's see, we did an arcade last week. This is like the console. The red box are console games. It's going to be back to the computers next week with Delphine Software Collection 1. I can't tell you the first thing about what's on that cartridge. I don't know. It'll be a surprise to you and me both when we throw that in and see what's on there. So hopefully it's a little better than tonight's. Ghoulie said this cart felt like someone's first good attempt at games, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think it makes sense. I'm not bashing the attempt. I'm bashing, well, I'm not really bashing in general. I'm just saying I think that the games could have been much better. There was a possibility of this being a classic cartridge, and it was held back because of some oversight issues. Some quality control. Yeah. Could have been totally different. But, you know, it's tough. Making games is tough. Especially for older systems when you're doing actual programming. You're not just dragging and dropping things into a sort of pre-made cookie cutter template. If you want to make games that will actually play on an NES, you got to be able to code them. And doing that is not easy. So, tip of the cap for that, if nothing else. Visually appealing, and the soundtracks were solid. I agree. I think the soundtracks were the standouts here. Some great tunes. It's just they didn't have the full package. Too much jank. Too much jank for the crank. You know what I mean? So, tomorrow night we will have our weekly bone broth and games session, and I don't know what we're gonna do for that yet. I haven't thought about that. Does anyone have any requests for tomorrow's bone broth and games? Anything coming to mind? Something new, something old, something in between? Anything you've been craving? Any games? Any video games you've been craving to see played on this channel that I haven't gotten around to? Anything new? Something new maybe that I missed? A new release? Helldivers 2. I've got that game. I haven't played it much. Helldivers 2 or Super Thunderblade. Or Road Race. I could revisit Road Race. Or play another version that I've never played before. That's a possibility. I don't know if I ever played Helldivers 2 on the channel. I got it like right when it came out. Played it for about a week. And then I was like, well, okay. It was cool. But I just don't... I don't get roped into online shooters very often. Even if they're neat. Even if they're fun. I just have a hard time going back to them over and over again. I'm more interested in single-player, story-driven games, you know? I like my single-player shit. Usually if I have time to play just for fun, that's what I'm doing. Every now and again, something new comes out where I'm like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. I'll do that for a little bit. Like, I played a lot of Killer Clowns. That was the last online game that I played a lot of. But yeah, I didn't do much of Helldivers 2. You'd like to see me revisit an old Sega Mania game or an old Bone Broth game. A revisiting. Something from the back catalog, huh? Something from the days of yore. Okay. I'll take a look. See if I can find something that might be good to do. Something that I feel like, hey, I need another go at that one. I'll take a look in the back catalog. Yeah. That's a good idea. That's a good suggestion. We don't do that very often. We don't revisit games enough, maybe. NBA Jam, huh? Well, you know what I've never done? I've got NBA Jam, but I also, on the same machine, I have NBA Hang Time, which is also fun. I could play NBA Jam on Bone Broth and Games. Or not Jam, NBA Hang Time. Oh, that was the kind of Muppet game, My Friendly Neighborhood. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that would be... I don't know. I don't know about that one. Because I couldn't play that in one sitting. That was like an entire series. I streamed that game for like several nights in a row before I beat it. But I do like your NBA Jam or Hang Time idea. That'd be fun. Maybe so. But then that would also be good for potato gaming because I've got it on the arcade cabinet, which is how I played through and beat all of the teams in NBA Jam. If you go back and watch that, I just had my camera set up. So that could be a good one for Thursday, actually. I don't know. We'll find something for tomorrow. It'll be a surprise. How about? So stop on by, guys. If you haven't done so, please sub to the channel. Don't worry about bonging the gong. Don't worry about the notifications bell. It doesn't work. It doesn't do anything. It's totally ineffective. Just know that if you come by the channel at 10 p.m., Monday through Saturday, I will be here live streaming. Pretty much a different theme every night. So you could stop by and see something new, hang out, shoot the shit, join the chat. And we'd love to have you. If you're watching this later, you can always leave a comment in the comments section below. And it can be anything. Questions, comments, concerns, requests. Request a game of your choosing, and maybe I'll throw it in here sometime. Maybe you'll come back and I'll be playing the game of your choosing. What else? If you'd like to check out Superdivorce tunes, you can do so on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon. Wherever you stream your horse shit, you can find Superdivorce. So just type in Superdivorce, click on the song of your choosing, and check it out. And if you don't like it, try another one. Keep trying songs until you find one you do like, because I believe there's a little something there for everybody in the Superdivorce catalog. And if you do love those tunes, the musical offerings of Superdivorce, come back here. Come back to the YouTube channel. And I've got a store here, right here on this channel. You can buy CDs, cassette tapes, vinyl records. I've got just a small, very small number of t-shirts left. Superdivorce Rules t-shirts like I wear in the Super Duper Divorce videos. Got just a few of those. But you can buy all that stuff right here. Or, if you're not watching on YouTube, if you don't like YouTube, you can go to superdivorceme.com. And the same stuff is available right there for you. Now, what else? Oh, if you want to be a member, you want to support the channel with a few bucks, throw a few bones my way. We've got a digital tier where you can join the channel as a member. You get exclusive emotes that you can put in the chat. You can show everyone when you're all bricked up. We got a bricked up face. We've got different things. We got Grandpa Corn Miser. And you also get a badge to show how long you've been a member of the channel. And the middle tier, you're going to get all the digital stuff and a monthly zine, which I am just about to send to print, guys. I apologize for the delay, but getting the first issue nailed down and everything set up has been a bit more challenging than I initially anticipated, because it was going to be very, very rough around the edges. It was going to be like mostly hand-drawn, handwritten, and like some pages stapled together and Xeroxed. And I decided to sort of up the production value a bit. These will actually be printed. I'm doing a lot with layout design and taking my time with it. So I'm putting a lot more into it than I initially thought. And it's going to be fun. I think you guys will like it. I'm about to send those to print, hopefully tomorrow. And they'll be shipping out very soon afterwards. So, you can get a monthly zine. And then at the highest tier of membership, you can get all that stuff and a monthly cassette tape. On the cassette tape will be 2 songs. On one side, you're going to get a mystery cover song. And then on the other side will be a brand new demo track that could be a new song on the new Superdivorce album coming later this year. So you might get the first crack at a brand new Superdivorce tune that will be on the next Superdivorce full-length record. All that stuff right here on the channel if you want to support and also get yourself something in the process. As for me, and as for right now, I'm going to head out. Thank you, everyone, for watching, for joining the chat, for being chatty Cathy's. If you're a lurking lurker, thanks for lurking. You're always welcome to join the chat. We love to have more people chatting it up. Everyone's pleasant and fun, having a good time, so don't be afraid. Get in the mix, or stay where you are. That's cool, too. Not going to yell at you about it. You just know that you're welcome. If you're a lurking lurker, you're always welcome to join the chat, okay? That's about it for now, though. So everybody, take real good care. Keep kicking ass. Love you lots. Lord willing, I'll be back very soon with another video for you to watch. Bye-bye.